For some, battle is a means to an end, for others a test of valor or a path to glory. But some battle simply for its own sake, to see enemies fall before him and flee in terror, to rend his foes with his claws and tear out their throats with his fangs. This is reason enough to go to war. Let the weaker ones enjoy their rewards or accomplish their petty goals. The strong fight simply for the joy of the fight. Hi everyone, and welcome to another hard-hitting episode of
The Dungeon Crashers.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Zapil. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on that bell so you can be notified when we post our exciting D&D content. There are only a few days left on the poll, so get your votes in for what party we are going to build next. Right now, the Metallic Dragonborn are in the lead, but Tiefling and Goblin are right behind. I can't wait to see the results. So far, we have the blue, black, red, and white Dragonborn, and this week we're going to be finishing up the chromatic Dragonborn party with the green Dragonborn. We are using the Dragonborn from Fitzbin's Treasury of Dragons. They are humanoid, medium-sized, and have a walking speed of 30 feet. They get chromatic ancestry. You can trace your ancestry back to a chromatic dragon, granting you special magical affinity. For this build, we want green. They get a breath weapon. On your turn, when you take an attack action, you can replace one of your attacks with this breath weapon. It is a 30-foot by 5-foot line of poison, and each creature that is in the line must make a dex save, and the DC is 8 plus your constitution and your proficiency bonus, or take 1d10 of poison damage, half on a successful save. The damage for the breath weapon increases as they level up, and we'll let you know at those levels. You can use this breath weapon a number of times a day equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. They get draconic resistance, giving them resistance to the damage type of their affinity, so poison. And the Dragonborn get common and one language of your choice, and of course we are going to pick draconic. At 5th level, they also get chromatic warding, and we'll cover that at that level. As far back as our young green Dragonborn can remember, all he has done is fight. Fight for food, fight for shelter, and fight just to survive. From a very young age, he already knew his calling in life, to be the strongest that had ever lived. Not with magic or gadgets, but with the natural weapons that the goddess Tiamat bestowed upon him. He knew that there would be a time when she would call upon him, and he needed to be ready. He has always watched the pit fights. The masses only saw the brutality of the fights, but he saw that they were much more than that. He would take the techniques of the fighters he saw and train, until the day of his name day when he could enter the pits and show the world just how strong he was. For the background, we wanted to do something custom again. We call it the Pit Fighter background. It gives 2 skills, acrobatics and intimidation. They get 1 gaming set of your choice and 1 tool proficiency from either a poisoner's kit or thieves' tools. The main feature is by popular demand. You can find a place to perform in any place that features combat for entertainment purposes or perhaps gladiatorial arena or a secret pit fighting club. This is a great way to earn some extra gold. The chromatic Dragonborn get the ability bonuses common with the newer races, and that is 3 plus 1 ability boost that you can put anywhere but no more than 2 on a single ability. We put a 15 on strength, making it 16 with the first racial bonus. Being as strong is all that matters to him. We put a 13 on dexterity, making it 14 with the second racial bonus. He needs a bit of help with armor class, and this will do it. A 15 on constitution, making it 16 with the last racial bonus. From his many years of training, his body has become tougher. Since all that he has done in his life is train and fight, his last 3 abilities are just average. We put a 10 on wisdom, an 8 on intelligence, and a 10 on charisma.
Since all he was doing was watching the other fighters and copying their moves, he didn't have proper training, so at first level he takes Barbarian. He gets 2 skills from the Barbarian list, and he takes Perception and Survival. This will help with his average Wisdom score. He gets Rage as a bonus action. On his turn he can enter a rage. While raging he gains the following benefits if he isn't wearing heavy armor. He has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When he makes a melee weapon attack using strength, he gains a bonus to the damage roll that increases as he gains levels as Barbarian, starting with +2. He has resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Now, if he can cast spells, he can't cast them or concentrate on them while raging. The rage lasts for 1 minute. It ends early if he's knocked unconscious or if his turns end and he hasn't attacked a hostile creature since his last turn or taken damage since then. He can also end his rage on his turn as a bonus action. He can rage 2 times a day and regain all expended uses when he finishes a long rest. He will get more times a day he can rage as he levels up, and we'll let you know at those levels. He also gets unarmored defense. While not wearing any armor, his armor class equals 10 plus his dex modifier plus his constitution modifier. He can use his shield and still gain this benefit. He is proficient with light and medium armor, shields, simple and martial weapons. Strength and constitution saves as well. He'll be using a battle axe or a longsword. No armor, only robes. He can use a shield for now, but 5th level he will be using his offhand as a claw attack. At 2nd level, he's gained some experience, winning a few fights, and takes 2nd level Barbarian. He gets Danger Sense. He gets advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects he can see, such as traps and spells. To gain this benefit, he can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. He also gets Reckless Attack. When he makes his first attack on his turn, he can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives him advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn, but attack rolls against him have advantage until he starts his next turn, so be careful when you use this.
Yeah.
At 3rd level, the spark in his soul burns when he rages. He takes 3rd level Barbarian. To understand this burning rage, he gets his primal path and takes Path of the Beast. The ability he gets is Form of the Beast. When you enter your rage, you can transform, revealing the bestial power within you. Until the rage ends, you manifest a natural weapon. It counts as a simple melee weapon for you, and you add your strength modifier to the attack and damage rolls when you attack with it as normal. You choose the weapon's form each time you rage. You have a bite. Your mouth transforms into a bestial muzzle or great mandibles, your choice. It deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit. Once on each of your turns, when you damage a creature with this bite, you regain a number of hit points equal to your proficiency bonus, provided you have less than half your hit points when you make the hit. Or you can have claws. Each of your hands transforms into a claw, which you can use as a weapon, if it's empty. It deals 1d6 slashing damage on a hit. Once on each of your turns, when you attack with a claw using the attack action, you can make one additional claw attack as part of the same action. Or you can grow a tail. You grow a lashing spiny tail, which deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit and has the reach property. If a creature you can see within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to swipe your tail and roll a d8, applying a bonus to your armor class equal to the number rolled, potentially causing the attack to miss you. And he gets another use of rage for a total of 3. At 4th level Barbarian, he gets an ability booster feat, and he will use it to make his strength 18. Of course he takes strength, he's a musclehead. At 5th level Barbarian, he gets extra attack, letting him make 2 attacks instead of 1 during his attack action. He will lose his shield now, and when he rages, he takes the claws, so when he rages, he makes 1 attack with his weapon, then 2 claw attacks. He also gets fast movement. His speed is increased by 10 when he's not wearing heavy armor. From Chromatic Dragonborn, he gets Chromatic Warding. As an action, he can channel his draconic energy to protect himself. For 1 minute, he becomes immune to the damage type associated with his chromatic ancestry. Once he uses this trait, he can't do so again until he finishes a long rest. And his breath weapon improves to 2d10 at this level.
Yeah. He has been fighting in the pits for over a year now and has made quite a name for himself. After one of his fights, he was approached by a hooded figure. It was dressed in a multicolored robe of blue, black, red, white, and green. It was dark in the back alleys near the fighting pits, and so he couldn't make out the face, but a female voice spoke from under the hood to break the silence. I see you have been using the natural weapons I gave you to good use. Now it is time for you to be properly trained. Follow me and I will make you stronger. He knew this wasn't an offer, but an order. At 6th level, he takes 1st level of fighter. He gets a fighting style and he takes thrown weapon fighting. You can draw a weapon that has the thrown property as part of an attack you make with that weapon. In addition, when you hit with a ranged attack using a thrown weapon, you can gain a +2 bonus to the damage roll. Since he doesn't have a ranged attack option, this will help with that. He also gets Second Wind. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. At 7th level, he takes 2nd level of fighter. He gets Action Surge. On your turn, you can take 1 additional action. Now you can attack once with your weapon, then 2 claw attacks. Use Action Surge and do it again, for a total of 2 weapon attacks and 4 claw attacks. At 8th level, he takes 3rd level of fighter. He gets his martial art type and he takes Champion. The ability get is Improved Critical. Now his weapon attacks score a critical on a 19 or 20. At 9th level, he gets an ability score booster of feat, and he's going to use it to cap his strength at 20. You can make a case to give it to Constitution to help with hit points, but again, he's a musclehead. He has spent his last few years doing solo missions for his mistress. He used this time to hone his fighter skills. On one evening, she visits him in his dreams. You are to meet up with the party I've assembled and be their strength. Go show them your power. The next morning, he packed his meager belongings and heads to the location she gave him. At 10th level, he takes 5th level of Fighter. He would get extra attack here, but he already got it at 5th level of Barbarian, so all he gets is hit points. At 11th level, he takes 6th level of Fighter, getting another ability booster of feat, and he will use it to give his Constitution 18 for more hit points, better AC, and improve his DC for his breath weapon. If at 9th level you gave the ability boost to Constitution, use this ability boost to cap your strength. Also, his breath weapon improves, dealing 3d10 of poison damage.
At 12th level, he takes 7th level Fighter. From Champion, he gets Remarkable Athlete. You add half your proficiency bonus rounded up to any strength, dexterity, or constitution check you make that doesn't already use your proficiency bonus. In addition, when you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your strength modifier. And remember, initiative is a dexterity check, so he gets to add half his proficiency to that as well.
Yeah.
At 13th level, he takes 8th level Fighter to get another ability booster feat, and he will use it to cap his Constitution at 20 for more hit points, better armor class, which is 17 now, and a better DC for his breath weapon, which is 18. At 14th level, he takes 9th level Fighter, getting his first use of Indomitable. You can re-roll a saving throw that you failed. You must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. And he's been adventuring with his companions for a few years now. They're an unusual bunch. They're all dragonborn, and the mistress said that they are to be her champions of each color. He didn't want to question her choices, since it wasn't his nature to think of such things, but he couldn't help it. The blue one was a know-it-all and thought of himself as the leader. The black one played with magic, so they had nothing in common. The red one had some mental issues and wanted to set everything on fire. The white one was the one he had the most in common with. Not that any of that mattered to him. All they were was tools to help him get stronger.
Yep.
At 15th level, he takes 10th level Fighter. From Champion, he gets a second fighting style, and he takes Blind Fighting. It gives him blind sight with a range of 10 feet. Within that range, you can effectively see anything that isn't behind total cover, even if you're blinded or in darkness. Moreover, you can see an invisible creature within that range, unless the creature successfully hides from you. At 16th level, he takes 11th level Fighter, getting extra attack for a total of 3 in a turn. And at 17th level, he takes 12th level Fighter, getting an ability booster feat, and he will use it to boost his dex to 16 to help with his dex saves and armor class. Also, his breath weapon improves for the last time, dealing 4d10 of poison damage. His mistress praises him for his strength and rewards him greatly, but the greatest reward is the joy of laying waste to her enemies and crushing foes before him. Wealth and luxury pale before the joy of battle, and his mistress promises that there will be many more to come. For the last 3 levels of this build, he goes back to Barbarian. At 18th level, he takes 6th level Barbarian. From Path of the Beast, he gets Bestial Soul. The feral power within you increases, causing the natural weapons of your form of the beast to count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. You can also alter your form to help you adapt to your surroundings. When you finish a short or a long rest, choose one of the following benefits, which lasts until you finish a short or long rest. You gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and you can breathe underwater. You gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed, and you can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings, without needing to make an ability check. And when you jump, you can make a strength athletics check and extend your jump by a number of feet equal to the check's total. You can make this special attack only once per turn. This, combined with your natural athlete, is going to make you very good at jumping.
Yeah.
He also gets another use of Rage a day for a total of 4.
Yeah. At 19th level, he takes 7th level of Barbarian. He gets Feral Instinct. Your instincts are so honed that you get advantage on initiative rolls. Additionally, if you are surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn, but only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on that turn. He's now at the top of the world's strongest. Him and his adventuring companions are known worldwide as Tiamat's champions. At 20th level, he takes 8th level of Barbarian, getting his last ability booster feat, and he's going to boost his dex to 18, making his armor class a total of 19, and improving his dex saves. This is a very simple but powerful build. He can attack 2 times with his primary weapon, then 2 claw attacks, and if he hits with everything, he deals 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 28 damage a turn, double that if he uses Action Surge. He has a decent armor class at 19. He has a ton of hit points with over 200, and with his resistance to slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage, when raging, it will make him very hard to kill. This would be a great character for a newcomer to D&D to play. It has a solid role when in fights, but can hang back in roleplay situations until the player is more comfortable to join in on them. If you like this character and have played one in the past, please let us know in the comment section below, along with any questions, comments, or build requests. And join us next week when we are making a Blade Singer that abuses some ambiguity in rules. So join us for that. And until next time,
Cheers.